Well, for the Mez, last weekend in Mission, second 250 moto was a dream come true. In second place, Mez, you were battling off for the lead, riding about as fast as I've ever seen you ride. Then you had that crash and it took you out of the moto.
Yeah, I finally got a good start. Been getting a couple good starts lately. It seems the concrete seems to be working for me. So hopefully I can put my bike back up there, get a good start, and run that pace again for a little bit, and show that I have the speed to be up there.
With Billy Whitley, team manager for the Richmond Racing Kawasaki squad. Billy, last weekend, I don't necessarily think that the team was pleased with the results.
No, we weren't. You know, we definitely made a few mistakes last week, and the guys had a couple of crashes, and you know, we're coming back this week. We're gunning. You know, I've got some new guys out here. I've got Gavin Graysick, Evan Lockridge is going to finish the year out with us, and Teddy Mayer, and we're excited about it. We've got some super fast kids up here this week.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Bulldog is back in the arena. Evan Lockridge is in Canada, and he will be racing for the Richmond Racing Squad. Evan, tell us how this all came about.
Well, you know, last week I was really thinking, and you know, I went to Team ECC Suzuki and asked them if I could get out of my contract. Just some issues and some things I, you know, had to deal out for myself, and so you know, they let me out. And Wednesday afternoon, I called up Billy and see if, you know, he got a spot for me on this team, and I kind of wanted to come up here and do some racing and have some fun, and you know, everything worked out, and I'm really excited about being up here.
Yeah, I like that track a lot better in the first weekend. It was actually rough, and it took it like training and bike skill to actually be able to ride good there, not just smooth like the first round was. And kind of got tangled up with some lappers and had my own difficulties by myself, but it still came out good.
Wild Rose MX Park in Calgary, first 125 moto riders are on the line. This moto will be brought to you by MX Performance, the #1 motocross magazine in Canada. 30 board is up, Brian. Looks like it's going to be a great day of racing. Riders with their pre-race rituals, pumping up on the line, getting those tires up to temperature as we go to 5. Brian Coster, Mark Travers in the booth, the gate is down. Coming to that first corner, who's going to get that? Royal Distributing hole shot. Marias with a nice jump on the inside. Brian Bastiati, it looks like Ryan Marias with the Royal Distributing hole shot. There is carnage.
Definite carnage there off that concrete starting pad, but a nice hole shot for the hometown team rider, Ryan Marias. Bastiati right in tow, and Dusty Klatt, the other Blackfoot team compatriot, has stolen third, and Aaron Barr in fourth, but Beaton coming up on the inside.
Look at this little couple of riders. We got Marshall in the mix, Tracy Johnson, and the new rider for the Richmond squad, Teddy Mayer, number 311 on that KX250F. Brian again, 4 strokes off the start, looking real good.
Team Green USA really has Mayer pumped up. Let's see if Beaton can pass him and show him that the Canadian boys got something for him. But Teddy Mayer, the big story in this moto here today.
Loud with the moments he came off that little section, paced that jump to the 100-foot tabletop. I love that jump, Brian. Tons of air early in the moto.
Huge whip from Bastiati in second, showing that he's cool, comfortable, and confident up there near the front of the pack.
As we get back to that little clump of 4 riders, Tracy Johnson, Kyle Beaton, and Beaton with a moment. He's off the bike, Brian.
Oh my goodness. He's off the track. It looks like he's okay. He's definitely shaking up. That's a good sign. He's picking up that 125 two-stroke. She should start on the first kick, unlike those 4 strokes where a few of the riders have been left on the side of the track kicking and kicking.
Back to the lead battle, number 104, Blackfoot's Morris in first place. But I tell you what, Bastiati on that lime green KX250F is on the gas.
You know what? They kind of call him Fast Tiotti because he's so fast. See him fly through the outside of that corner, and he's not following Morris, which is nice.
Kyle Beaton back in the race, good to see, but we get back to that lead battle. Bastiati has caught up to Morris, and now Klatt is in the mix as they get back to that rhythm section where Beaton, the moment on Bastiati, he cases it. You better believe it.
Bastiati, with all that body English, trying to lift to get the height, doesn't quite have enough speed, cases that jump, an easy pass for Klatt. Now the drag race is on. Klatt is tightening it up to the back section here in Calgary. The ups and downs, the 2.5-minute lap times through the FMF 180, and Bastiati now has his mitts just full of Teddy Mayer. Here's that Bastiati incident in the rhythm. He comes up, you can see him pull on the bars. He knew he was going a bit too slow. He yanks hard and just ragdolls it through there. It's a good thing he didn't crash. Easy position for Klatt. Back to the battle for the lead. Travs, it is tightening up.
This is the battle for the lead. Morris in first place, number 104 with Klatt on the inside. Oh, Brian, does he have a nice block pass into the corner? Klatt on the inside takes the lead.
You cannot leave the inside open like that with guys like Dusty Klatt on your back fender. Morris left the door wide open, and Klatt is capitalized with a great block pass up the inside. Loving this section here. You can't really see how steep that uphill is, and look at the shot coming into the corner straps. It is getting gnarly out there.
Number 179, Yamaha's Eric Vallejo in 5th place right now. He's been riding very consistent. Brian, look at this. Mayer has caught up to number 104 Morris, but there's some smoke coming out of that KX 250F.
Mayer probably the fastest man on the track right now. We're going to go down with Big Ed Gardner, Mayer's mechanic. Find out what's up.
All right, Eddie. Your boy Teddy Mater's riding awesome right now. We see some smoke coming out. Can you let us know what's going on?
I think it's coming from the right side of the motor, which could be a cracked clutch cover. I don't know. We're just going to keep melting and let it run.
Think he's gonna make it for the moto?
I hope so.
Right on, Eddie.
Thanks, Goldie. Big Ed Gatna working for that Richmond Racing Squad. Back to the back uphill, Brian. We've got a host of bikes. Ryan Mitchell, Julian Cerny, Kyle Beaton, and number 211, Aaron Barr.
Wicked battling all throughout the field here. As you go deeper in, there's packs like this everywhere. The competition is intense. In this class, if you make one mistake or blow a berm, it's just berm, berm, berm. You're going to get dropped like 2-3 positions. These boys are fighting for points and dollars, people. So it is intense throughout the whole top 20 here.
Number 28, Kyle Beaton, working his way back after that first lap crash. Now Ryan Mitchell in the sights coming to that left-hander. Does he have it? Oh, he does have it, Brian, but you have to be aggressive on this track, and Beaton is taking care of his Beaton.
Slicing and dicing on a bit of a rampage out here, really cutting his way through the field. He's in 7th right now, but look at this. Teddy Bear's bike did expire down in one of those valleys. Ooh, that's going to be a hell of a
Oh, did you see that crash?
Aaron
Number
Barr.
211.
Oh, Trav, that has got to hurt. Great to see him up and running, though. He is seemingly A-okay. See if he can salvage any points, man. He's got to get back up on that bike. But Ryan Morris, solid second right now. He doesn't have to worry about Teddy Bear at all. Looks like a Blackfoot 1-2 clean sweep here in the first moto.
And if you're Morris finishing second in the first 125 moto, he is okay. You got that second moto to look forward to. Getting back to Ryan Abrigo, now on the Honda number 42 as he blows by Cerny in that little step-up rhythm section.
Wow, the last lap. Look at the height and the way Abrigo clicks it off. He is really pushing hard here towards the end of the race, but Dusty Klatt, the man of the hour, two-fisted salute, wins the first 2025 Calgary.
Dusty, you got yourself off to a pretty good start. 3rd place, knew yourself in the lead. Ryan was all over you that whole race. 2 laps to go, you just pulled it out like the champion that's coming to you.
Yeah, no, I just feel pretty confident right now, and Ryan was right there the whole way with that whole moto, and it was tough. I had to push the whole way, but I came out with it. I'm happy, and stoked that we made 1-2, so it's awesome.
All right, Colton, a bit of a rough week last weekend. Had a bit of bike issue and stuff. Came out strong this moto, got a great start. I seen in the back there, you cased that jump. Let me know what happened there.
Yeah, I got a great start, second place, and just came up to the jump and hit a little kicker, and it slowed me down. And just cased it, hurt my wrist a little bit, kind of set me back the whole moto. So hopefully next moto I can go out there a little bit stronger.
The surgery I got in the spring was just to remove some plates and screws. It wasn't anything big. It's just that I was off the bike for another 3 weeks, which I haven't really been riding a bike very long. So that's probably the biggest thing. I haven't had much seat time on my bike, so I think that's going to improve as the series goes on. I'll have more time on the bike and be more comfortable with it.
The premier class is on the line. Brian Costner for the first 250 moto of the day, which we brought to you by Oregon Racing. Great shot of the boys on the line. Nice blue sky. A little windy here as we go to 5. Riders are on the line, focusing on that gate, Brian, and it is down. Coming to that first corner. Who's going to get that royal distributing hole? Yeah!
40 hard chargers. Looks like we've got a Honda trio, and it is Dusty Klatt, our 125 moto winner. First one over the mountain. He wins the royal distributing whole shot cash, Travs.
Looks like Gavin Grayson with a strong second. Brian, he was leading the first qualifier yesterday. He had blocked for 4 laps before he passed.
Look at the body English on Klatt. He is pushing hard here. He is working this track, pulling out a nice little gap already. Racing, a big surprise. There's our man, the champ, and Dowdy on the inside. And it looks like Evan Lockridge rounds out the top 5. 2 newcomers in the top 5.
You better believe it's good to see some Kawasaki's up in the 250 class, but I am very surprised at how fast Gavin Grayson is. As I said yesterday, oh no, Huffman with a problem through that rhythm section, Brian. He is down, and it looks like in last place. I just saw Mike Treadwell cruising through. He will not be riding this race.
It's like 30-0 place. We've seen Huffman come from behind before. We're going to have to keep our eyes on him. John Sebastian Waugh working Gavin Grayson. He's in the crouch. Grayson flicks it right at Waugh. He's under pressure in the international section. Waugh on the outside coming into this left-hander. There is some passing opportunities there. Let's see if Waugh can set him up with one of these inside-outside maneuvers. Waugh way outside there, not gaining much.
Uh-oh, number 44, Keith Johnson, Brian, for the Diablo squads down there sampling some soil.
He's slow getting up instead of pulling up that bike. It just sucks when you crash in the mud. All your controls, your hands are full of mud. It's so hard to get your flow and rhythm back once you got all these muddy controls. It just sucks for the rider. But Grayson, rising to the occasion of John Sebastian Waugh, is wheeling over some of those mounds out there.
Number 86, Brandon Lloyd on the 450F Yamaha with the problem. Brian, reminiscent from the qualifier yesterday. Grayson in the lead, Waugh following. I'm telling you what, this kid is super fast, and we are going to see him in the 125 class in the East.
Waugh knows it's a long moto. He's biding his time, but Grayson, like I said, rising to the occasion, really riding that KX250 with heart. He is a fast rider, and right there it is on the inside of that new button hook. Multiple apexes there, catches a lot of riders off guard.
Brian, you talked about that section in your helmet cam talk about a place to pass. Waugh used it to his advantage. A bit of a sweeper, kind of slick, but you just got to stay on the gas. Look at that,
Dowdy cut and thrust. Dowdy's got to get some flow here, making a couple small errors. He's in solid 4th though, and he's got Lockridge. There he made another bobble. Dowdy's making tons of mistakes here. Lockridge can taste that position. He's stuck and Dowdy looks over. Not always a good sign. Lockridge on the outside. Travis, look at all the lines to choose from. Tons of passing here, and he just rails that KX250 right around the junkyard dog.
Ryan, this is the first weekend that Evan Lockridge is riding the KX250. First time yesterday in practice. He looks fantastic on it. As we move back in the pack, Simon Holman dumped DeHaan, and Craig Decker had a problem early.
DeHaan actually looking good on this track. He used to ride for the Blackford team, so he knows the circuit quite well. He's lived out here in Canmore with his trainer Todd. Lots of practice here as Dowdy retaliates, showing why he is the man up here in Canada. Nails Lockridge right around the outside, up into this rhythm. Sweet move by the veteran.
Ryan, there are definitely options, especially down at the end of that international.
Oh, you don't see Waugh with his feet off too often, Trav. Sorry to cut you off. You rarely see that folks at home. Waugh with a rare moment. Back in control.
On the gas through the rhythm section, hunting down Justy Platt. Brian Platt maybe with a couple more lines out here, because he does have one more moto with that 125 win. But Waugh is just, look at that guy. He is on the gas in a huge way.
Jeez, he's got his head down. He's just working the track. Waugh just loves the sport of motocross. He puts so much into it. He's in a solid second. Nice shot of Decker working his way up through the pack rest. He's up into about 8th place right now.
Getting past number 627, Lily American Privateer up. Looks like Huffman's back on the gas. Here it is, the battle for the lead. Dusty Platt looking, sweeping a little wide Waugh on the inside.
Ryan might go.
Ryan, elbows are down, elbows are down.
You know, he has got to focus on the 125 West title. He is not in a position to fight Waugh. Why burn yourself out? A very smart team move by Dusty Platt. He can just cruise in with Waugh here. If he can salvage second, that would be awesome for that young Campbell River native.
Back to number 2, David Huffman through that top side rhythm section as he pulls by DeHaan and drops down into that huge uphill ride. Really got to carry a lot of speed as they again drop down.
Dougie DeHaan and Damon Huffman seem to battle a lot in this series. DeHaan will not lay down. He will follow Huffman. Let's see if he can show him a wheel. Those two have had some great battles, and Dougie's not intimidated by the big stats behind Huffman's name.
To the international section, number 32 on that Suzuki, John Dowd following 573 Grayson. There's that outside line again, Brian. Does Dowdy have him? You better believe it. He is carrying speed through that corner, and he's making it work for him.
Same spot he passed Lockridge a few laps ago. Nice shot at Dubé off the big table. Dubé and Huffman now embroiled. 450 versus 250 in one of the back sections. The track water to perfection out here, Travis. It is looking sweet out there.
Brian, remember, Huffman went down on the first lap. He was in last place. He is now battling past Dubé. This man is on a charge.
Sure is. He knows how to ride this type of terrain. It's reminiscent of California. But Blair Morgan, we talked to him earlier today, talking about his results and his mental well-being. He's got the speed, and I think this is going to boost his confidence. Blair Morgan, he's pushing. He's off the track. He loses one spot there. These two have been embroiled all moto in that battle. But Huffman looks like a gear up on Hansen, moving into the top 10 drafts. Incredible ride for David Huffman.
Oh, he's got the body English that says speed all the way around to Mesley, who looks like he's just outside the top 10 as well, putting in a good ride today. Back to Huffman with Morgan in his sights as they work through some lappers. I'm loving the English on Morgan, Brian. I think this man is back. The Blair on the gas.
Yeah, the Blair Morgan of old is back.
Oh
my goodness, one of these lappers just comes together in the back wheel of Damon Huffman. Pays the price. You can see Huffman look back, checking it out as flat second goes for the last lap flag, was gone. But Huffman, the story. Huffman and Morgan duking it out here in the last lap. Loving Blair Morgan. This could be the rebirth of Blair. Huffman just outpowers him on the 100-foot table.
Very aggressive into that corner.
Blair Morgan retaliates. This is an amazing battle here. They're fighting to the bitter end, Travis. Right to the bitter end. Bar-to-bar action. Calgary Motorsport Park.
As we get back to the champ on his last lap, there's that Yamaha rider down. Look at this, Brian. The champ has enough time to stop, signal to the marshals that the man is down, and make his way around for his final approach. You want to talk about a lead and confidence. Number one, John Sebastian Waugh has it all.
Ever the ambassador of Canadian motocross, he wants to see that down rider attended to. He's telling the marshals, hey, get on this guy. This man is the champ, both on and off the track. Stick around for the wrap-up. We've got freestyle and our ever-popular flashback.
Okay, champ, interesting race for you. You were up at the front close early, but it took you a little while to find Dusty, but once you found him, boy, I tell you, you just found the lines and blasted by him.
Yeah, Dusty's been riding really, really good. You know, he had some good lines after his first 125 motos. It took me a couple laps to get the feeling, but you know, we both were riding really good. And then I don't know, second moto was mine. I mean, the second half of the first moto was mine, and I was able to pull away a little bit, and I didn't do any mistake. Went through the lappers, no problem. So you know, it was a good race.
And usually when the first day, you know, the first moto of a race goes bad, usually just scratches my whole weekend. It's sort of a mental rider. I'm more mental than anything, I think. And last week I did some changing. I went and I stayed at my manager's house a couple nights, just got away from everybody. I didn't talk to anybody. I did my own thing, and I got hooked up with Drew from Evolve Nutrition. He's one of the sponsors on the team. He got me some good formula in my body, and man, I'm kicking in right now, and I can't let these guys walk on me like this. I'm a big guy. I'm bigger than everybody else, so I'm fixing to show them this weekend.
Eric Vallejo with his patent sombrero, the Mexican native, big 250 U.S. Supercross star, out here for the 125 West Von Trapp.
Second 125 moto brought to you by Royal Distributing, Canada's power sports leader. The boys are on the line. This is an important moto. Talking about the championship, good shot of Cladden there. As we go to 5, the gate is down, Brian, coming to that first corner. Who's going to get that Royal Distributing? Bullshit!
Woohoo! All the eyes are on the Kawasaki of Colt Bastiani. Gets the whole shot. Second 125.
Look who's in the mix, number 46. That's Mr. Mitchell as well as 451. James Marshall on that Riverside Pajama High.
We got some new boys up front. Loving to see Ryan Mitchell. That kid's been riding with a lot of heart this year. Venture to say maybe one of the most improved 125 West pilots we've seen this year.
Remember, a privateer, that's always tough when you get into this sort of mini factory support section right here. But look at Ryan Morris on the gas, beating on the inside with a handful of throttle. But James Marshall holding strong in second place.
Beaton caught his inside leg there on a bail and yanked him half off the motorcycle. He's back in his groove. Around this 180, they're already spit out quite a bit considering they just started this race. It's Marshall coming into his own. He said he was bigger than this guy. Let's see him put his money where his mouth is.
With Ryan Morris getting past Kyle Beaton, moving into third place. A great part of the track here, Brian. A couple options. Bit of a split course as they get to the 100-footer.
Isn't that cool? Tearing off that tear-off in midair. Morris going to see where the hell he's going out here. Things are heating up.
To the international section, the battle for second. Oh, Marshall with the one-handed tear-off as they head into the section before the button hook. The left-hander, check the line, Brian. Marshall swings wide. Morris on the inside takes second.
Jeez, he opened the door there. We've seen a lot of guys pass on the outside, but Morris put his head down, elbow up, read that outside pin, and furthermore, got on the gas. Nice and early.
Saw Vallejo get by beat, and that puts him in fourth place. So James Marshall's going to have to keep his head together.
First time we've seen him on in the top three. How about this track, though, right in downtown Calgary? What a venue for a national. Fasciati out front, whipping it. Both these guys are having fun. Morias, 104, staying low, gathering himself up here. Big triple to the 100-foot table time.
Beautiful line for Morris. You're right about that, Brian. Back to Ryan Mitchell. Here's Teddy Mayer, number 311 on the Richmond Racing Kawasaki, working his way up through a tough start. You can see how low he stayed, Brian. Oh, Mitchell's on the gas, but no way. Teddy Mayer making it happen as they come into that back section.
Mitchell can learn a thing or two from these riders. Great experience for him. He's still got a long way to go. Good to see Mitchell up there in the mix. A very aggressive young rider. But look at the rush here. The choices. Fasciati on the gas. Mariah's closing the gap a little bit. Teddy Mayer now. He's got Ryan Abrego. There's contact. There's contact. Motors right around him. This kid's got his head down.
A very aggressive pass, Brian, but in this short moto, the 125 is only 25 minutes. You've got to get on the gas quickly. There is number 451, James Marshall, at the side of the track. So much for keeping your head together, Brian.
Look at the gap here for the lead. Looking at each other. This Canadian motocross at its finest.
The lead going through the international section, Brian. We've seen passes here before. Fasciati holding his line.
Yeah.
We know Colt Fasciati is fast. He has led those before. He's looking really strong right now.
Really good defensive riding for Colt. Taking that line right away from Morris. Ooh, Trevor Brooks down. He had his troubles here last as well. Top shelf paramedics here in Calgary helping him out as we get back to the battle for the lead, Trev. Does it look like Morris is catching?
Dropping down into the ball. Morris on the inside. Fasciati swung wide, Brian. Left the door open, but Fasciati got the inside line in that step up and is back in the lead. This is just an unbelievable bar-to-bar action. What a race! Great racing, Brian. Fasciati crisscrossing, looking for that inside line. Morris has it and takes the lead, Brian, with an unbelievable display of moves inside and outside.
Wow, did Morris ever make a bold move originally? Then Fasciati retaliates. Morris comes back again. Colt left the door open. Colt has got to hold the inside up to those technical rough sandy sections.
Well, he sure does, Brian, but it's all about experience. You know, you got to get yourself into the lead like that and be able to hold off a charge. Wow. Or if you get past, come back and make another pass. Let's see if Fasciati falls off the pace. Here is that second pass. Detail it for us.
Links right up the inside and great checks. Morris right there. Parks him. Almost could have parked him to the point, you know what? If Morris didn't do that double, it would have gotten a good gap. If Colt had just held off a bit, really tricky to say, racing incident. But here's where Colt throws it away. Swings wide. Morris right up the inside. And you know those Blackfoot boys, they got the suspension working awesome. So Morris hits a couple other bumps, still makes the pass stick. Looks like he's putting a small gap on Colt right now.
That section of the track is super rough too, Brian, that uphill. With Teddy Mayer through the rhythm section, blowing by Kyle Peak. Tell you what, Kitty, this Teddy Mayer kid he's lightning fast.
He earned that pass big time. He paid the price. He took so many hits through those whoop-style rhythms. Look at the speed off this 100-foot triple. And Colt landing off to the left of the track right on the edge of the jump. Nary a hairy moment for him.
Dropping back into the bowl. This is a battle for third place. Dusty Klein in third. Teddy Mayer on the gas as they go up into that section, that step up. I like the way Klein's riding. Looks very good in his defense here.
Mayer staying nice and low, though. A bit lower than Klein. Making it very aggressive on the outside. But look at Dusty. He's protecting that inside line. Doing what he has to do to protect third place.
Back to the leaders again. This is the last lap. They got their last lap flag.
Different lines here. You see Colt just rail the outside. Marias links it in those ruts. It's getting choppy here. Travis coming into the corners and through the corners. Teddy Mayer now 5 flat into third for the final podium position.
That's going to be interesting for the championship ride with Klein into fourth.
Helping Marias with the points actually being the spoiler there, Teddy Mayer.
That's right, Teddy Mayer, the spoiler. Back to our leader, number 104, Blackfoot Motorsport. Look at Ryan Morris with a great shot as he tucks him through that little chicane section on his way to the finish line and getting ready to take the checkered flag. Looks like he might have had an issue there at the end, Brian. Second 125 moto.
What a great ride, Travis. What a great ride for Morris. That kid has got heart. He's got all the ingredients to be a champ.
Ryan Morris, man, that was an awesome ride. Second place off the gate, made the pass on Colton. He stuck with you that whole moto. Last 2 laps, stretched it out. Got 7 points on Dusty. Finished 4th that moto. Awesome for the championship.
Yeah, I mean, I was just out there trying to ride smart. I figured he was going to fade a little bit behind me. He usually drops off, but he was staying there. I was just trying to stay smooth and smart and not crash. And it worked out.
I was feeling good. I wanted to come back and win that second moto. I got an awesome start on the outside, and somebody kind of came in and hit me. I got shoved out. I had to work up to the back. And I had bronchitis like a week ago and started coughing. You know, I got some dirt in my throat, but no excuses.
The scenery here in Calgary never disappoints. 250s coming at ya.
You know, we got to Mission last week, and I was happy we walked the track, and it actually turned out a little different than I thought. It got some square edge stuff, you know, but just to see a berm, I was happy, you know. So we came out of there good. You know, I had a couple decent starts, and I just rode consistent. I never really tried to kill myself. I just knew everybody would get tired, and I just kind of set a pace and went, and you know, I ended up 4th on the day, so I was happy.
The final moto of the day from Wild Rose MX Park in Calgary. Brian, don't forget to check CMRCRacing.com for up-to-the-minute race reports and details. 30 board goes to 5. A little windy this afternoon.
Yeah, the wind plays a bit of a factor on these big jumps, so the riders have to be careful they don't get blown off wide as they come charging into the first corner. Watt, the inside looks like he drifts wide. The 9-2 cover Gavin Grayson of the whole shot. Pair of Suzuki's. Looks like Dr. Hahn on the outside on that number 7 blue bike. He's got a nice start. Look at him making those passes on the outside, Travis. Up into 3rd place. What a start for that Ontario native.
Gets by Dubé for 3rd, you're right. But don't forget about the fact that Gavin Grayson, a new rider in this series, gets the Royal Distributing hole shot with John Down in tow in 2nd place.
Gavin Grayson came up the wall a couple years ago and swept both 125 modes, showing that he's no fluke on the 250 either. In the FMF lockout tent, we're starting to separate early in this photo, Brian. Yeah, getting a bit dusty there on the landing. See the track goes up. You don't want to water the faces of the landings of these jumps, so it gets extremely dangerous. Evan Lothridge on the side of the track. Looks like he's got serious issues there.
Pulling off into the mechanic section, you're right. John Sebastian Juan not taking any time as he moves up on Decker. Does he have smooth and silk for Juan on the outside? Looks like he's got Dubé in his sight. Decker went for that rut on the inside. Juan drifting wide, but it was just nice and open. Looked way smoother there. I think Decker's going to have to try that line next lap. Here we go to the mechanic section. Lockford's bike up in the stand. Looks like they had a rear wheel there, Brian. They're going to go
boy, the Richmond boys have had the troubles with wheels. And Mazziotti, the 125 in Richmond, got all his spokes tore out. But Juan, through the rhythms, handily by Dubé, put the champ into 4th place.
Back to the lead, number 573, Gavin Grayson, Richmond Racing Kawasaki KX350. But Johnny down the junkyard dog with that inside line on the step up. Tell you what, Brian, we keep talking about it. I just love the way that Grayson's riding extremely fast for a young guy.
Kawasaki Canada has got to be stoked after Lance got hurt prior to round 1. But Downey up the inside through that rough sandy section. Downey's got his flow back a bit better. I think this Motocross looks like he's riding a little better through these corners. Not so tight and thrust.
Had a bit of a problem there with that left-hander, but you're right. John Dowd, the guy's a veteran. He can be calm and complacent out there, and he knows where to pass.
That guy's a legend. Here's Dahan now in his midst full of his old teammate Juan. Dahan has the best moto so far in the 04 season. Juan right there, but Dougie, a supercross specialist, loves this track and all these obstacles. I'm telling you, Dahan is a top Yamaha rider right now.
He certainly is. He's been riding very well as Juan goes by him on the inside. Swept a little wide there, Brian. You leave the door open for a second. Juan will capitalize. Back to Dubé and Huffman through the woods. Does he have Decker? Frank Decker, look at, he had a problem. The first moto went down twice. Looking pretty strong the second moto with Huffman on his tail.
Riders can't complain about lines out here, passing opportunities. This track nice and wide. You see 4 or 5 grooves in every corner. So may the best man win out here in Calgary. Oh, nice swap. Big swap for Walk. See Walk makes those swaps work to his advantage. He's got such amazing bike control, that John Sebastian Walk.
As he blows by Grayson coming out of that back section, Brian, that's the same place that he passed him in the first moto. That puts Waugh in second place. Grayson back to third, still on the podium.
Waugh can see first place right there. Dubé looks like Huffman still working on Decker. This is the battle for fifth place through the inside. Great battles throughout this moto. Dubé gets knocked back once. He got past there in the first moto too. I can't understand why he's not going to the inside right there. He knows his boys are all over him.
Back to the battle for the lead to 32. Ocean Transport. Suzuki of John Dowd holding up a charging Waugh through the rhythm/whoop section, Brian.
We've seen this admission last week. Waugh caught right up to Dowd. He passed relatively quickly. He's challenging on the inside where he passed one lap ago. He's looking all around. Waugh knows it's a long moto. He's not going to take any unnecessary risks. Looks like Waugh is where he wants to be. He can assess all Dowd's lines, take his time, find out where he can execute a good, safe, wide open pass.
On John Dowd, though, I'm thinking to myself, Waugh's got a lot of laps in this track. Dowd is new to this circuit, but, you know, he looks good out there. He obviously knows where the fast lines are right now after having practice and race.
If I'm Dowd right now, I'm going to stick to the inside and let it hang out. He's got to show Waugh that it can be a bit unpredictable. Use the whole track. Get on it. Be a bit sloppy. Show Waugh that there's a chance that he's not going to ride down easy. Let Waugh think long and hard about where he's going to pass him. If Dowd uses the whole track, Waugh's going to have to roll back the throttle. You know what I'm saying? Dowd's got to step it up because he's been in this position before and he's been passed.
There's that outside line that he likes in that back section, that left-hander. What I like from Dowd right now is, you're right, Brian, he is using all the track, but he's got to have Waugh in his sights. He's got to be thinking about him, feeling that pressure in every corner. I like that inside line tactic, though, because it's definitely the fastest one around this track.
You know what? It's really hard to lead because you're thinking, Waugh's got it easy right now. He can just cruise around, take alternate lines, know exactly what Dowd's up to. Dowd's the one that's under pressure right now. He's the one that's doing all the thinking. Waugh's just having a great old on the inside. He's making Dowd think long and hard right now. Throwing him a wheel.
Bar-to-bar action here in Canada, Brian. I'm loving this stuff. Waugh on the inside with a down bobble. Takes the lead on that super rough section, Brian. Coming up off of that double. I'm telling you what, I love the approach for Waugh on the inside.
Dowd got that braking bump all wrong. Stifled his momentum momentarily. Loses the position. Here we are again. Doug DeHaan and Damon Huffman going at it again for fourth place. Great technique with both riders. And Dougie Van's a little wide, but now he takes the inside. Back and forth they go. Winding down. Dougie DeHaan having the ride of his life. Handling those bumps masterfully, Travis. Into the replay with a Waugh pass. Different angle. Both very aggressive. Both pins are perfect technique. Landing simultaneous. Oh! And Waugh nice to the inside. We had a much better view there. Dowdy barely got hung up on that braking bump. He chose the wrong line, and Waugh nice to the inside with a masterful pass.
Like you said, has to make one mistake, and the capitalist is on this. Huffman gets by Grayson and puts himself into third place, Brian.
Huffman on a tear, just railing these berms. DeHaan, fifth place, and Decker in sixth. Things are really tightening up. Valuable points at stake here in the winding stages. Doing his thing.
It's very smooth in that rhythm section, Brian. You're right. It's not whoops. It's more rhythm. They're not bouncing over the top of each one. They're kind of bouncing through them.
Big news! Big news for Dowd! Those Blackfoot Hondas are his nemesis! Dowdy under the hot seat! Huffman in a gear high, just motoring! Huffman loving that section! He is so fast through there! Dowdy's gonna have to put his helmet down and push if he wants to get that second spot on the podium.
To the rhythm section, Keith Johnson. Oh my, Brian! A huge tank slapper in the rhythm section for Keith Johnson, and he was on a tear through there as well.
He doesn't look too good. Suspensions are heating up. Hit a bit of a kicker. He's getting up. Like to see it. Uh-oh. Hold the wrist. I hope it's nothing serious. He's such a workhorse that Keith Johnson came in and called. Man, I'd love to see him score some good results.
With Damon Huffman getting his last lap flag in second place, we go to the champion first, who is still on the gas, late in the moto, getting ready on his final approach to settle down and take the checkered flag. John Sebastian Waugh with the clean sweep here in Calgary.